This is Alansar News.
Making news this hour, 4th of January 2026. The news from Durban 90.4 FM, Pietermaritzburg 105.6 FM. KwaZulu-Natal authorities urge beach safety as search continues after drownings. America Monina. Local media says with search operations continuing along the KwaZulu-Natal coast, cooperative governance officials in the province are urging beachgoers to remain alert and also stick to safety rules. Emergency teams have responded to several drowning incidents reported since New Year's Eve. Sea rescuers, the NSIR, say that search and rescue recovery are still active at beaches in Belito, Durban, Kinkletwayo, Heberden, Pennington, and Nkomazi. KwaZulu-Natal Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs spokesperson Senzele Nzila says the swimmers should stay within the designated areas and follow instructions from lifeguards. More news, a woman found dead alongside her partner in Margate on the south coast has been identified as provincial member of the DA in Mpumalanga. KwaZulu-Natal police say the couple was discovered in their holiday accommodation on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. The Democratic Alliance says Sabra Hamad was the party's provincial director in Mpumalanga. In a post on social media, the DA says Hamad will be remembered for a courageous spirit and brilliant mind. It's understood the couple was on holiday with family when gunshots rang out on New Year's morning. According to the police, Ahmad's mother, who was in yet another room, heard an argument in the couple's room followed by gunfire. They have opened a murder investigation and inquest docket to establish what happened. More news, the National Motorist Association of South Africa has called on motorists to be wary of traffic officers who are allegedly forcing motorists to pay traffic fines at roadblocks. The association says it has been inundated with complaints by motorists who say they were allegedly stopped at roadblocks by traffic police and asked to pay fines on the spot or face arrest. The association's call comes at a time when there is increased law enforcement agencies on South African roads following the festive season. The chief executive officer of the National Motorist Association of South Africa, Bobby Gage, says no one is required by law to pay their fines on the spot. The association says that statistically 9 out of 10 motorists have been intimidated and even threatened with arrest if they don't pay at roadblocks. Local media says the Criminal Procedure Act of 1997, which governs arrest and detention procedures, ensure that only court officer can issue a warrant of arrest and not a traffic officer. Finally, International Relations says all staff at the South African Embassy in Caracas, Venezuela, are safe and accounted for. Head of Public Diplomacy, Clayson Moyela, posted a message on social media today saying that the government is monitoring the situation in Venezuela. He says the embassy has been in contact with all South African nationals in the country, most of whom are teachers. Moyela says that about 23 citizens are working there and has stressed that they are all safe. He says for now the situation is reported to be calm. The military operation by the US government on Saturday has since sparked international alarm, with allies of Washington and Caracas expressing concern. President Donald Trump says that the US will run Venezuela and allow American oil companies to tap into its oil reserves. Airstrikes pounded sites in and around the capital before US forces seized President Nicolas Maduro and his wife. Reports says they were flown by helicopter to New York City, where they are facing drug trafficking and weapons charges. China, Russia, and Iran were among the countries that have condemned the operation. South Africa has called on the US Security Council to convene. It is due to meet tomorrow on Monday. Meanwhile, Vice President Delcy Rodriguez has been sworn into power, but she says Maduro is the only leader of Venezuela. Your financial indicators: rand to the dollar 16 rands 49, the euro 19 rands 33, and the British pound is 22 rands 20 cents. In your weather, it's 25 degrees. A quick reminder of our top story. Local media says with such Operations continuing along KwaZulu-Natal coast. The cooperative governance officials in the province are urging beachgoers to remain alert and stick to safety rules. That's the
Next is Kickoff by the Govender.
The Magnum Capino Treat Store. Oh Allah, guide me and grant me well-being with those whom you have granted well-being.
اللهم اهدنا فيمن هديت وعافنا فيمن عافيت وتولنا فيمن توليت وبارك لنا فيما أعطيت وقنا شر ما قضيت فإنك تقضي ولا يقضى عليك وإنه لا يذل من واليت ولا يعز من عاديت تباركت ربنا وتعاليت.
Kunut Nazila is proudly brought to you by Nona's Italian Kitchen, Strata Street Food, and the Magnum Capino Treat Store. Oh Allah, guide me and grant me well-being with those whom you have granted well-being.
Craving bold flavors with a twist? Street food, where beyond lights meet delicious bites from sizzling burgers and crispy Korean wings, cheesy pizzas, and golden nachos. Every bite is a journey. Don't miss our famous Trevini sandwiches. Bring your appetite and your squad and swing by Strata Street Food, where every meal feels like a celebration.
And don't forget to tell Mommy and Daddy to take you to Capital for the yummiest ice cream and a whole candy wonderland.
Strata Street Food. Taste the vibe. Taste the tradition.
Radio Al Ansar, 24/7, 365.
Kickoff with me, Buddy Govender. Saturdays and Sundays from 4 to 5 p.m. And on Wednesday evening from 7:30 to 8 p.m. Keeping you up to date in the world of sport, health, fitness, and martial arts. Bring your game on and kick off with Buddy Govender.
Kick off with Buddy Govender.
ماشي وسط طريق ما عارف رايح وين قلبي هموم ولا خوف وحيرة ما رايدة عني تزول مخلوق قلبي يقول يا ربي لك ناجي شوف من حالي يا علي الشكوى للإله حالي توقع بأمرك كل شي يموت ويا ربي وتعايد فيه يا ربي تقويني ما جرحش فيني طريقي وريني عملي بيك كبير يا ربي تقويني ما جرحش فيني طريقي وريني عملي بيك كبير.
12 minutes after 4 o'clock, you with me, Buddy Govender. This is Radio Al Ansar. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to Kickoff on a Sunday afternoon, live here from the Durban Souk, the final day of the Durban Souk. It is really brilliant to be out here today. People walking about, shops probably dropping the prices a bit later on. Of course, the big show this evening. Our brother Nishal Sarawana and sister Razia Grangrage will be hosting the closure, so it's going to be lots to do here. Hey, you can WhatsApp me on 060-9041-056. 060-9041-056. That's the WhatsApp line into the studio. Remember, across all the pictures, into the net, straight into your speakers. Well, a good afternoon to you all. You tune into 90.4 FM. Of course, again, Buddy Govender, it's time for Kickoff. We're breaking down the latest results, checking the pulse of local leagues, and of course, diving deep into the world of sport. Whether you're a diehard sports fan or you just like Nasheeds, we've got you covered. Let's get this ball rolling. I can tell you over the next couple of minutes or so, we're going to be moving across the world in terms of sports. And as if you're visiting Durban, well, a warm Radio Al Ansar welcome to you guys. Stay safe. Do enjoy the shows too with us.
البدر علينا من ثنيات الوداع وجب الشكر علينا ما دعا لله المبعوث فينا جئت بالأمر المطاع جئت شرفت
Well, there's an English Premier League game on at the moment. It's Leeds United and Manchester United. 87 minutes gone. It is Leeds 1, Manchester United 1. So, indeed, that's not going to be a good result for Manchester United. But let's move through to the Spanish La Liga. Sevilla are hosting Levante. 52 minutes gone. Levante are leading Sevilla by a single goal. At the Italian Serie A, Fiorentina and Cremonese, 10 minutes into that game, 0-0. Let me just tell you what's coming up a bit later on in terms of football. English Premier League. Everton will host Brentford at 5 o'clock. Fulham will play Liverpool also at 5 o'clock. Same again with Newcastle, Crystal Palace, Tottenham, Sunderland. But the big game tonight is definitely, all eyes will be on Manchester City and Chelsea. That's going to be having a look if Chelsea can turn it around without their manager. As you know, they've got him sacked there. But bigger than that today, of course, Morocco, Tanzania, the first African Cup of Nations game today. That's a 6 o'clock kickoff, Morocco, Tanzania. And at 9 o'clock, it's going to be South Africa, Cameroon. So those are two massive games in terms of AFCON. But I'm going to tell you what has happened between yesterday and today. You're with me, Buddy Govender, kicking off on your usual space on the airways, Radio Al Ansar.
You are the guide, our teacher, our light. Through your way we find what's right. You showed us love, compassion too. Your heart inspires the way you do. You are the guide, our teacher, our light. Through your way we find what's right. You showed us love, compassion too. Your heart inspires the way you do.
Well, what's trending on kickoff on this Sunday afternoon? Yep, Arsenal, 6 points clear at the top of the table of the English Premier League. I've got French Ligue 1 results, Italian Serie A results, Vodacom URC. Disappointing yesterday at the Shark Tank indeed. But we're moving through to NBA basketball, the cricket, the Ashes, the Betway SA20, and of course, AFCON 2025. All your latest sports bringing you right up to trend in terms of what you can expect. Well, let's move straight into the English Premier League because Arsenal went 6 points clear at the top of the table after beating Bournemouth 3-2 with Declan Rice scoring twice and Gabriel getting the other. But Bournemouth really coming back quite strong towards the latter half of the game. This is about the 9th game that Arsenal have won by a single goal. Yep, but it's getting a bit tighter, but I'm sure they're still going to do the business. Well, John McGinn's double strike saw Aston Villa beat Nottingham Forest 3-1 for a club record equaling 11th successive home win. Brighton and Hove Albion, they ended a 6-match winless run with a 2-0 result over Burnley thanks to strikes from Jorginho Ruta and Yassine Ayari. And then finally, bottom of the table, Wolverhampton Wanderers got their first win in 20 league matches with a 3-0 victory over West Ham United.
بالحوض من مثلك نبع الهدى سيد الأنبياء يا إمام الرسل يا حبيبي أنت قدوتي فبدنياي وآخرتي يا رسول الله جاء بالقرآن رحمة للناس وجهه مصباح قمر السماء حنى للمسكين رفقا باليتيم شفيعنا الذي ينادي أمتي يزداد الشوق في كل يوم أن نلتقي معك في الحوض من مثلك نبع الهدى صلى عليك سيد الأنبياء يا إمام الرسل يا حبيبي أنت بعد الله معتمدي فبدنياي وآخرتي يا رسول
There's an SA20 game on at the moment. The MI Cape Town are taking on Paarl Royals. 10.2 overs gone. The MI Cape Town are 54 for 2 against the Paarl Royals. Ryan Rickleton sitting on 17 runs. He's had 18 balls to face. He's cracked 1-4 and 1-6. He was caught by Tribe and Boba McQuena, so he's gone into the stands. A 2 not out at the moment. Reza Hendricks on 4, faced 11 balls. And N. Puran on 17, faced 22 balls, cracked 2 4s. The 2 at the crease, as I say, Hendricks and Puran. And the MI Cape Town 54 for 2 with 9.3 overs remaining against the Paarl Royals.
I, the man more than wine, precious than gold. Half the soft of the sand, but hard to hold. Tonight could be the last time your feet are mine, forever this close. Life that got like a knife.
Well, Ntutuko Mchunu scored a late try to seal a hard-fought 13-8 victory for the DHL Stormers over the Vodacom Bulls in the Vodacom URC yesterday. And then what a good crowd at Kings Park, but Hashim Payid's last second try, well, he disappointed thousands at Durban's Shark Tank. The Lions, they edged the Sharks 23-22 out in Durban last night to get their new year off to a winning start. So I think the Sharks really thought they had it there, and then this guy just pops up in the last seconds, dots it down, 23-22. That's it for the Sharks, but better luck the next time.
Sounds of gathering clouds are all that I hear. Just days of permanent.
We're into 4 minutes into stoppage time after 90 minutes, and Leeds and Manchester United still locked in at 1-1. So, yep, it's going to be probably a point apiece unless Manchester United does a Fergie time and gets a goal late in the half. Levante, 59 minutes, still leading Sevilla by that single goal. While in the Italian Serie A, Fiorentina, Cremonese, 0-0. 19 or so minutes on that particular one. So lots of football happening around the world, but other sports a little bit on the whole at the moment. But the news is that former world heavyweight champion Tyson Fury has announced that he will return to boxing in 2026. Fury has not fought since losing to Alexander Usyk in a bout for three of the 4 major world titles in December 2024. But the 37-year-old British star posted on Instagram today that 2026, and I'm quoting, is that year return of the Mac. Well, Fury said he was retiring from the sport after beating Dylan White in April of 2022, only to return a year later. Fury's history of retirement, followed by U-turns, meant few believe that his most recent claim to end a career that has brought 34 wins in 37 contests. So, yep, when these guys say they're going to be going, they come back again, they sort of lose some of the credibility. But Tyson Fury says he's coming out of retirement soon.
يا طيبة يا دوا العيانة اشتقنا لك والهوى ندانا والهوى ندانا يا طيبة يا طيبة يا طيبة يا طيبة يا دوا العيانة اشتقنا لك والهوى ندانا والهوى ندانا بالنساني سامو ما جفاني أخذ قلبي مع جناني يا طيبة يتيم الولهانة يتيم الولهانة.
South African coach Hugo Broos has promised to show no mercy to Cameroon when he comes up against his former side in the last 16 of the African Cup of Nations. A short while, it's going to be sort of a couple of hours from now. Well, Bruce will lead Bafana Bafana out at the Al Madina Stadium in Rabat against a nation that he led to an unexpected AFCON win in Gabon in 2017. Cameroon took 7 points from a possible 9 in the group stages in Morocco, despite a chaotic build-up to the tournament. Coach Mark Brace was sacked by a Football Federation president and Cameroon legend Samuel Eto'o only a few weeks before the opening game, with David Pajot appointed as his replacement. So as he said, no mercy. Well, we're going to have to see, because really it's going to be a cracker of a game. Well, the 73-year-old expressed anger at tournament organizers for forcing his side to train at the Moroccan national team facility, which was a 45-minute drive away from their hotel in Rabat. Whoever wins today will face Morocco in the quarterfinals, should the host, though, see off outsiders Tanzania in their last 16 tie. Well, that's a bit presumptuous to say that they'll face Morocco, because you're sort of dismissing Tanzania. Morocco still has to go through Tanzania. But the winner of South Africa and Cameroon will take on the winner of the later game today, which is Morocco and Tanzania. Bafana, who have qualified for this year's World Cup, are hoping to at least match their run in the semi-finals at the last Cup of Nations in Ivory Coast in 2024. But the coach admits that this could be a tall order given the depth of quality left in the competition. So, yep, it's going to be a big one today. But South Africa's Hugo Bruce, he says there's going to be no mercy against Cameroon this afternoon.
When I cry to the sky, La ilaha illallah. When my soul asked why, La ilaha illallah. When my heart gave way, La ilaha illallah. When he taught me through delay, La ilaha illallah. I begged him in sujood, why this pain again? But Allah never answered like other men. He let me age, no vision, no dream. Because healing isn't loud, it flows unseen. He could have changed it all in just one word, but instead he made sure I truly heard. Not with my ears, but with my scars. So I stopped chasing dunya and reached for the stars. وعسى أن تكرهوا شيئا وهو خير.
Well, 1-1 is what the score remained at full-time. Leeds United won. Brendan Aronson scoring for Leeds in the 61st minute, and then Matthias Cunha in the 64th, equalizing for Manchester United at Ellen Road. Leeds won, Manchester United won. So that's the score at full-time. The game that's on at the moment, I can tell you, let's have a look quickly. The game that's going to start in a bit, I know, is going to be the Spanish La Liga game. Levante still leading Sevilla by a single goal, 66 minutes on that one. Fiorentina, Cremonese still 0-0. Everton, Brentford, Fulham, Liverpool, Newcastle, Crystal Palace, Tottenham Hotspur, Sunderland, and the later game today, Manchester City, Chelsea. But topping all of that, Morocco, Tanzania, South Africa, Cameroon. We got a big treat of football. But here at the Al Ansar Souk, or the Durban Souk as they call it, it is really buzzing. I would encourage you to come on down. They're expecting a record crowd, but there's enough space. And of course, there's enough to do, eat, and also buy, because I do know prices will probably be dropping. So get on down to your favorite stores, see what you can get there. Head on down to the food shops, because there is something for everybody. And then later on this evening, head on down to the main tent, where our brother Nishal Sarawan and sister Razia Rangrage will be putting it on to make sure that the summer souk closes with a sparkle.
When my heart gave way, La ilaha illallah. When he taught me through delay, La ilaha illallah. He didn't give me what I asked, because I didn't ask for what would last. I asked for comfort, he gave me truth. I asked for money, he gave me proof. The a mirror, not a wall, to show me that onion is meant to fall. So I fell too straight.
29 minutes after 4 o'clock, you with me, Buddy Govender. We're kicking off live here from the Durban Souk in the Al Ansar Crafter. So do come on up and say hello. We'd love to see you. But we're going to take a small break for some adverts. So don't go too far. We'll be back in a bit. This is Radio Al Ansar. Back in a bit.
Kick off with Buddy Govender on Radio Al Ansar's premier sports show.
Vodacom Shop. For smartphones, laptops, routers, asset insurance, gaming, IoT, payment platforms, and the latest gadgets to always keeping you in the forefront of innovation and technology. Home and business internet to ensure that you have the best connection. Plug and play home internet to fully installed fiber. Our infrastructure provides a resilient platform for your critical business applications, which will help your business perform best. Vodacom Shop at the Pavilion Superstore 2.0, Westwood Mall, The Bluff, The Workshop Durban, Umlazi Mega City, Bridge City Kwamashu, Brookside Mall PMB, and the Nelson Mandela Square Stanton 2.0.
Welcome to Simplex Radio. Visit our showroom for the full range of car audio. Our TV department carries top brands with quality LED panels, full HD to Ultra HD, and now the experience of Super Ultra HD. Visit our theater rooms and transform your home with brands like Onkyo, Integra, Denon, Boston Acoustics, Yamaha, and more for quality audio visual experience. Now available, full range of home appliances. A one-stop shopping experience. Call 031 306 4029 or Kenilworth Park, 202 Brickville Road, Overport. Simplex Radio, the name you can trust.
Get ready to elevate your fitness game at First Fitness in Durban's Berea. With a spacious free weight area, award-winning equipment, and exclusive ladies-only parking and training level, we've got everything you need to crush your goals. Hit the ground running on our outdoor track or unleash your inner warrior in our MMA and boxing dungeon. Plus, enjoy high security and ample parking. And don't forget to refuel at our halal coffee and health restaurant for the best in coffees, smoothies, and healthy eats. Join us today and redefine your fitness journey. First Fitness, dare to be extraordinary.
Gift of the Needy team is working hands-on in Gaza to distribute aid in this time of crisis. Donate your zakah now to our brothers and sisters in Palestine who are in dire need. Standard Bank, Gift of the Needy account 272327654. Donate online on www.giftoftheneedy.com. Call us on 03127131102. Gift of the Needy, bringing ease to those in need.
Kick off with Buddy Govender.
يا قلبي شوف هواك ونرماني خطبة أرساني دموع كما رياح الحب ودك الطريق وساني وقلبي حبيبك ما تستاهل زينة ما ترضي فينا
Welcome back. It's 16:33, straight out from the Durban Souk, broadcasting to you live. It's Buddy Govender kicking off, bringing you all the latest in the world of sport. Let's move through to cricket because the Ashes, although it's sort of a dead rubber at the moment, well, Harry Brook, he hit 78 not out, while Joe Root scored 72 not out as England ended day one of the fifth test versus Australia on 211 for 3 before bad light stopped play. Staying with cricket, the match between the Pretoria Capitals and the Durban Super Giants was called off due to rain, with both sides earning a point each. Well, rain really played havoc with the cricket. The Joburg Super Kings and the Sunrisers Eastern Cape, they both settled for 2 points each after the game in Johannesburg was abandoned due to rain. So the Betway SA20 really having a bit of a tough time when it comes to the rain and stuff like that there. But I can tell you right now, let's get some of the updates because there is a game on, and that's between, let's get a quick heads up on that particular game because, yep, indeed, the MI Cape Town and the Paarl Royals. The MI Cape Town 72-4 with 6.1 overs remaining. So they played 13.5 overs, 72-4 MI Cape Town against the Paarl Royals.
When the world feels heavy and the road is long, you are the place where we belong. As we travel through these times, we see new things with our own eyes. Lean on him to overcome. We can never stay on the run. Rediscover who you are. We are nothing without our lives.
Well, moving through to the Spanish La Liga, Barcelona moved 7 points clear at the top of the Spanish league after seeing off Espanyol 2-0 with late strikes from Dani Olmo and Robert Lewandowski. Well, Alberto Atletico Bilbao drew 1-1 with Osasuna at the Estadio El Sadar, and Borja Iglesias, well, he got 2 as Celta Vigo beat Valencia 4-1. We're staying with European football. The French Ligue 1 Rennes secured their second consecutive league victory with a 2-0 win over 10-man Lille, while Eli Wali, he leveled in the 54th minute as Nice fought back to earn a 1-1 draw with Strasbourg at the Allianz Riviera. Lyon, well, they defeated Monaco 3-1 as well, and that was an away from home win. So good result there for Lyon in the French Ligue 1. Basketball, Anthony Edwards, well, he led all scores with 33 points as the Minnesota Timberwolves beat the Miami Heat 125-115. The Toronto Raptors, they got back to winning ways with a 134-117 victory over the Atlanta Hawks. Both those games coming out of the NBA.
My pain, you brought me peace again and again, even when my heart was cold. Your mercy found me to hold. Forgive me, Ya Allah, forgive me. Don't let my heart die within me. Hold me close when I can't see. Ya Allah, please forgive me, Ya Allah, forgive me. I'm on my knees, come heal me. No one loves me like you do, Ya Allah, I turn to you. I broke your rules, I lost control. I hurt myself, I hurt my soul. But still you blessed me every day. When I had nothing left to say, you never left me in my fall. You kept me safe through it all. How can I ever
In the Italian Serie A, Giorgio Salvinus' goal proved to be decisive as Atalanta saw off Roma 1-0 at home. Fifth place Juventus were held to a 1-1 draw by sixth place Lecce at the Allianz Stadium. Genoa held to a 1-1 draw by Pisa. Sassuolo remained without a win in 4 league games after a 4-1 home win with Parma, while Como, they needed a penalty to see off Udinese by a single goal.
Come heal me. No one loves me like you do, Ya Allah. I turn to you, forgive me, Ya Allah. Forgive me, hold me close, don't let me go, Ya Allah. I turn to you, Ya Allah. I turn to you.
يا رحمن يا رحيم يا كريم في العطاء يا حنان يا منان تنير طريقي وتشد من أجلي يا رحمن.
Well, moving through to Formula One, Charles Leclerc, he's acknowledged that Ferrari made the right decision to shift focus to early next year in the 2025 season. Well, Leclerc went so far as to say that it was a no-brainer given that the team was not going to insert itself into the title picture. Well, Ferrari really didn't do much this year. Leclerc, 28 years old now, he captured 7 podiums and 1 pole position en route to recording a 5th place position in the driver's standing. He had 242 points, well behind Lando Norris, who had 423, Max Verstappen 421, Oscar Piastri 410, and George Russell on 319. Ferrari is 398 points, finished 4th in the constructors' standings behind McLaren, Mercedes, and Red Bull. So, Ferrari really needs to make a step up if they need to do cause anyway. But lovely to see Max Verstappen. He earned a 5th straight Drivers of the Year title. That's right. He was voted the Formula One Driver of the Year by his colleagues for a 5th straight year, despite falling short of his 5th consecutive world champion. But nonetheless, he did so well towards the end. Absolutely brilliant, winning, I think, about 6 or 7 races. 6. That's right. 6 of the final 9 Grand Prix races to finish just 2 points behind Lando Norris. So a particularly fantastic effort. And then, of course, well acknowledged. Max Verstappen earning the 5th straight Driver of the Year title.
يا قاضي الحاجات يا فارج الكربات استعين وعليك أتوكل ما صبرت إلا بيقيني في وجودك يا الله يا الله يا كريم يا حنان يا منان تجازي صبري من حيث لا أحتسب وتملأ قلبي نورا وسلام يا الله يا كريم يا منان يا الله يا
Well, last night in the AFCON 2025, the first of the knockout stages began. And the first game was really disappointing. Mali, they took on Tunisia. And when I was watching bits and pieces of that game, Tunisia really looked like they were dominating. Mali looked like they were really playing a bit of a rough game and, just didn't focus. But then again, sometimes tactics is all you need. Well, Mali reached the quarterfinals after defeating Tunisia 3-2 on penalties after a 1-1 draw after extra time at the Stade Mohammed V Stadium. So probably went out there, Mali, knowing that match for match they wouldn't sort of keep up with Tunisia, play a defensive game, get the points or get the draw, go into extra time, hold on, penalty shootout, it's all to play for. So Mali going through. But in the later game, Senegal secured the last 8 spots where they come from behind 3-1 win over Sudan, thanks to a double strike from Papa Goy and a goal from Ibrahim Mbaye. So Senegal, Mali are the first 2 into the last 8. Today, South Africa, Cameroon, and of course, Morocco, Tanzania.
Never show to pay tears at night, praying fighter just to feel right, scrolling through life, feeling behind, searching for peace I still can't find. This dunya breaks me, Allah heals me, I fall again, He still sees me, He knows my heart, He knows my pain. So I say, Ya Rahman again and again. This dunya breaks me, Allah hears me, Allah hears me. I cry alone, but he comes near me. The world is loud, but His peace is clear. So I whisper, Ya Allah, stay near. I lost my way, but never His light. Even in sin, He held me tight. Regret so heavy, shame so real. But His mercy taught me how to heal. He didn't wait for me to be perfect. He waited for me to come back broken. And when I did, I found Him there, washing my soul with every prayer. This dunya breaks me, Allah heals me. I fall again, He still sees me. He knows my heart, He knows my pain. So I say, Ya Rahman, again and again. This dunya breaks me, Allah hears me. I cry alone, but He comes near me. The world is loud, but His peace is clear. So I whisper, Ya Allah, stay near. Ya Allah, when I'm tired, carry me. Ya Allah, when I'm lost, guide me. Ya Allah, this
47 minutes after 4 o'clock, kicking off with me, Buddy Govender, right here on your favorite space on the airways, Radio Al Ansar, at the live at the Durban Summer Souk. So, yep, we're coming down to the last couple of hours at the Durban Summer Souk, so it's time to get on down here. I'm sure if you are thinking about it, the weather is just gorgeous, and of course, there's plenty still to do, plenty to eat, and of course, you could drive away with a car this afternoon. Who knows? But before we head on out of here, let me go through some of the latest football news for you. Chelsea are monitoring Newcastle United midfielder Sandro Tonali with a view to making a summer move for 25-year-old the Italian international. Napoli, they remain interested in Manchester United midfielder Kobe Mainoo, who's 20 years old, but will only be able to sign the English international if Dutch winger Noah Lang leaves the Italian club. Well, Real Madrid, they will continue to monitor Spanish midfielder Rodri, but won't move for the 29-year-old until the summer when he enters the final year of his contract at Manchester City. Chelsea are lining up a £131 million move for England and Aston Villa midfielder Morgan Rogers. Aston Villa, though, are interested in Egypt winger Omar Mamouche, who has been struggling for a regular game time at Manchester City. English defender Jamai Sampson Pursey, well, he is set to travel to Cologne to complete a loan move from Manchester City. And then finally, Fulham, they've agreed to a £17.4 million bid for French midfielder Arthur Atta. who was rejected by Italian club Udinese. Well, there's a few more because Liverpool have joined Manchester United and Tottenham in the race to sign Brighton's 22-year-old Cameroon midfielder Carlos Baleba. However, Liverpool have dropped their interest in Newcastle United defender Sven Botman due to concern about the 25-year-old Dutchman's persistent injury troubles. Tottenham Hotspur are keeping tabs on 23-year-old Club Brugge and Greece winger Christos Toslis, while Eintracht Frankfurt will pay £1.3 million to sign French striker Arnon Colomendo on loan from Nottingham Forest, and the deal will include an option to buy at around 24 million euros. Well, there you go. That's my bid for this Sunday afternoon, coming to you live from the Al Ansar Souk. We're going to close the show off for the Asr Azan and the Salah. So thank you very much for joining me on this time, this space at the Souk as well. Lovely to see everybody coming up to the Crafter. I hope that you have a wonderful day. And of course, as always, from the bottom of my heart, I wish you, your families, the very, very, very best of Allah's glorious gifts of good health and happiness always. Thank you, Mr. Asif, for doing a wonderful job here in front of me. Inshallah, I ask that you please do remember my family and I in your dua as well. From Khalil Gibran, your attitude in life will determine life's attitude towards you. Please try your best always. Inshallah, catch me tomorrow morning, straight after the 7:30 news on TBR. I'll bring you up to date with sport. From me, Buddy Govender, and the entire Al Ansar team, enjoy a lovely rest of your Sunday. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. To you and yours, stay blessed.
The views and opinions expressed by the guest and presenter